See, Henrietta, see, Africa is still trying to develop, okay? And I know that entrepreneurship is very, very vital, okay, as solution providers, okay? And there's so many challenges to which we need solutions, okay? So we need a lot of entrepreneurs, okay? Do you think Africa as a continent is doing the best in terms of governments, okay? Do you think we are doing the more than the basic to get young people into solution provision, as entrepreneurs?
Okay, so we can always do better, but we are definitely trying. The problem with Africa is that we have the wrong people usually. You know, I mean, it's a global problem. Okay, it's not only an African problem.
Yeah.
You can see from what we're seeing happen around the world.
Yeah.
You know, even with the war of Russia against Ukraine. You know, but that's not. I don't want to go in that direction. But basically, there's something you said at the beginning I want to correct, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You said Africa is still trying to develop.
Okay.
We forget that's the brain. That's one of the ways that they brainwash us to think about Africa.
Okay. Explain.
You forget that Africa is the seat of civilization. You forget that civilization started in Africa.
Okay, sorry. Let me say this. I didn't forget. Okay. I didn't forget.
Okay.
But go on.
So my point is that Africa's civilization trajectory was truncated. Okay.
How?
And
when?
Truncated through colonization.
I disagree.
Okay, no problem. Let me just learn.
Okay.
Truncated, and this is research. I'm not even saying what I know. I mean, I'm not talking about my opinion. I'm using research facts here.
Okay.
So, because colonization did a couple of things. There's a dependency theory and there's a modernist theory. Okay. The modernists taught that for you to make progress, you must jettison everything indigenous because it is backward, it is primitive, and they must embrace everything Western for you to grow. And this mindset continued till 1960, when another school of thought, the dependencies, rose and said, no, this is wrong. Okay. Why do you think Asia, India are growing the way they're growing while Africa seems to be deteriorating? Because the Asians and put a much stronger resistance to the Western conventions by saying, no, we have our own homegrown ways, which we insist on proceeding with.
Okay.
Okay. So if, for example, I want to say that a measure of development is your ability to make egusi soup and pounded yam perfectly. Who do you think will win? Africa. If on the other hand, I say a measure of civilization is your ability to make salad niçoise, which is a very typical French salad. Who do you think will win? France will win.
Okay.
Because you cannot beat anybody at their indigenous game.
Okay. Okay,
good. So now, like somebody was saying, before this was, I think it was even it was a Latin American saying, and it was an Indian American saying, the original American saying, before the Americans came, we didn't need prisons because nobody stole. Before they came, there was not like unemployment because people learned from their parents the skill and the skills and the trades with which they could earn a living from childhood. So that by the time they were teenagers, they were experts. They could take care of a wife and family. Today, we have prisons for criminals. And then if people didn't have, everybody gave without thinking twice. So there was no need to steal. So we didn't need prisons. Today, we have prisons, we have drugs, we still have poverty, we still have people who don't have what they need. have we actually made progress? Okay, so you're right. Today, we all see progress as air conditioners, fancy homes, you know, which is good. I mean, I don't live in a cave, and I don't want to live in a cave, okay? But my point is, these fancy homes were not like this from the beginning. They evolved from mud houses to cement homes, to bungalows, to story buildings, to skyscrapers. These things, just like the cars we drive today, are nothing close to the cars we drove 30 years ago. They've been evolving. So the question is, if civilization started in Africa, if it was not interrupted, would it not have evolved? Do you realize that it was Africans that took the idea of vaccinations to the Western world? The idea of cesarean section to the Western world? If you Google Black innovations, you will see that many of the things you attribute to the Western world, including the manufacture of cars, the internet, the traffic lights, the telescope, all these are African inventions. Claim even the light bulb that we think is Thomas Edison. It was Louis Latimer, a Black guy, who invented the carbon filament that lights up the bulb. When the filament dies, can the bulb give you light? So there's so many things, even the assembly line. So my point is not to, I mean, of course, every culture has what it brings to the table. Who I am today is a combination of cultures. It's a combination of me being Nigerian plus my exposure to countries all over the world. I've been to China, Japan, UK, US. I mean, so I'm not 100% African in the real sense of the word. Okay, I have learned a lot from this exposure, and it has affected the way I think, the way I teach, and the way I design my program. Okay, so and that is why I have understood that when that the universal flavor, you know, the university, every region has the richness it brings to the table. And we have to know how to go around picking the best from everywhere we go to so that we have something richer.
Okay.
I'm not saying Africa is the best, or no. I'm saying that Africa had what it was good at. But between the, you know, taking away the people and making them believe that they were inferior, you know, brainwashing, okay, a lot of what I mean, I taught a course in Yale in entrepreneurship. I taught the Yale MBAs in 2019. And my course was titled Contemporary Principles of African Indigenous Entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And I was helping them see that most of what American scholars call breakthrough were actually being practiced by our forefathers in Africa.
Okay.
They just have new names now, fancy names today. Okay. So my point here is that when you bring African wisdom with Asian wisdom and Western wisdom together, what you have is explosive.
Okay.
And the reason why today China is threatening America's dominance as the world power is because they exploit their indigenous Asian knowledge, and they combine it with what they've learned. Because you see, China is one country that has deliberately gotten this foreign strategy. Go out there, learn, and come back. I don't know if you've seen the video of Chinese children learning Igbo. They've understood what Africa has, both in terms of wisdom as well as natural resources. And they want to be able to penetrate. So they're learning Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. Okay? Yeah. So I'm not condemning the Western world. No,
hold on, Henrietta. See, if you notice, I just let you talk. Okay. Now, this discussion is a discussion we can have for 2 hours. Okay. This particular topic. Okay. Now, I will say this to you. What is termed Western? Nothing that the West do that was originally from the West. Very few. Okay. Everything in human civilization. Okay. I use this word specifically. Yeah. Human civilization. Okay. It goes from place to place to place to place to place to place to place. Okay. Different peoples have contributed to this, what the West is doing today, okay? What the West has been doing for the last 300 years was a combination of things that human beings have learned through time, okay? And the West is not sitting down and say, this is ours. No. You see, and we as Africans need to also not say, this is the West, because what the West is doing is a combination of things that human beings have learned through time. Okay. Now, where I disagree with you is when you say that the trajectory of Africa was truncated by colonization. I totally disagree. Okay. Now, we don't have the time to talk about it. And if you want to talk about it, maybe I will be willing to invite you back so that we can dig into this. But my position is this: human beings are all the same, okay? And we should be open-minded enough to learn from the next group. If they know something we don't know, or if they have taken things from us and made it better, right? We should not say, oh, we started it. That means what? You started it, but you were not able to make it.
I think you're ending up repeating what I said.
Okay. Maybe I am.
I think I made that point, and I said to you, even I'm a product of all the exposure.
Exactly. You did say that.
So I don't think we're disagreeing. You say you disagree with me. You agree with me at the end of the day.
Okay. So, but the point is this thinking that our trajectory was truncated by colonization is not true. It is not true.
But it's fine. I respect your views, but it's
okay. So let's just pick those things that will help us to go to the next level that we want to get to.
Absolutely. But I said that already. Pick the best of all the worlds.
Okay, very good. So let's see why I needed to talk about it is that I hear so many people, a lot of young Africans on the internet saying all those things. And you see, if a lot of us have this mindset that we can't learn anything from the West because the West is this and that.
Ekene, please don't mix things up.
Okay.
To say a problem known is half solved.
Yeah.
Okay. I went to school. I did my PhD in the UK. I did my master.
Very good.
One of my masters in the University of Navarra, Spain. Okay. I've worked and studied in both the UK and the US. Okay. And I've said to you in this talk, and the time they're going to edit this podcast.
No, I don't really edit it. Everything we say goes on.
Well, I think you should edit it. I hope.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, so the reason I'm saying this is very simple. I think you're mixing things up. Okay. Definitely, in every society, there's a good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
I don't believe in blaming rather than creating your future. I believe that no matter what has happened in your past, you have the power to create your future.
Exactly.
I believe in learning from all cultures.
Okay.
And I think I already said that my exposure has been very enriching. So I can't even say I am only Nigerian or African right now, because everywhere I have gone, I go with an open mind to learn. Okay. But you see, you can't also ignore historical facts.
Okay.
There are Europeans who want to help Africa. There are many who want to destroy Africa so that they can
get
cheap resources from Africa. And if you read my posts on LinkedIn, especially, you see me preach collaboration.
Like I do. Okay.
And so I'm the last person that will say you can't learn from anybody or
no, I didn't say you. I didn't say you.
No, in general. Okay. So my point is, but you do have to recognize that some of the reasons why Africa is where it is today is because of the way things are set up on purpose. You will be naive to not recognize that. Because you see, Africa contains 8% of the resources the rest of the world needs.
Mm-hmm.
If Africa develops, they will get those resources which they're getting now for peanuts because they have the strength to beat down the price at a higher price. And they don't want that.
Yeah.
Because it will dismantle their comfort. Now, it's not everybody in Europe who is like that. There's a group called Fair Trade who are fighting seriously to make sure that Africa gets paid better for its goods.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm aware of the good, the bad, and the ugly. But you cannot pretend that what happened did not happen. So
no,
and you can easily see, hold on a second, that right now, okay, you're seeing Africans who are coming into their own, very proud. In fact, even I wear many times African prints in corporate styles.
Yeah.
Okay. Today's one of the few days I'm wearing a Western print.
Okay.
So my point is, now it doesn't mean I'm going to start putting tribal marks all over my face. Okay? But honestly, I find those things even very, very smart. And that's why I do it, not just to say, and I tell people, I won't buy from you because you're Nigerian if you don't give me good quality.
Yeah.
I will
okay.
From you, give me good quality Nigerian products.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The quality is bad, I will not touch it.
Yeah.
Okay? So, but I'm going somewhere with this. All I'm trying to say is that, going back to the topic of entrepreneurship, are there many indigenous African principles that our forefathers have always known?
Yeah.
These are only just being discovered by the Western world.
Okay.
So the same way I'm saying to you that we need to combine both indigenous principles and Western principles.
I agree. Yeah.
And in the program I'm running now, I showed an example of how I combine it. Okay. A mini MBA combined with apprenticeship, and then before they come back again for access to markets and funding. So this is a blend of Western and African indigenous principles. So I believe in taking the best of both worlds. If I were to come to your house today, I will learn from your child, even though I'm a grown-up and I'm a professor.
Okay.
I learn from my driver. I learn from the Asian. I learn from the German. I learn from the British. So everybody.
That's humanity. Exactly. Yeah.
You know. So there's no question about that.
Okay. So we do agree. Okay. Okay. All right.